So before the video starts, I'd like to apologize in advance. What you're about to see may be disturbing for some viewers, so just keep that in mind and bear witness to the worst thing you will ever see. So, a cajon. This is a cajon. This is a cajon. That's what I'm sitting on right now. That was the most awkward possible way I could have picked it up. But the way you play it is you sit on it and you go like this. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm going like this. That's how you play cajon. You'll see my misuse of this cajon throughout this video. I'll be pretty awful to watch, but sit back and like, I don't even know, like, be on some drug to watch this shit. I mean, Lord. That's not the... Where do all the good Geometry Dash players come from? Michigan. Riots last week? Ugh. It was a bloodbath. Sorry that my upload schedule has been kind of crazy lately. There's a lot of school going on. Hopefully I can get it back on track. What do Geometry Dash players put at the bottom of their fractions? Geometrical denominators. A few years ago, Riot and Cyclic saw each other in real life. They didn't say anything though. They just waved. A few weeks ago, I was at this party. Everybody brought speakers, and the music was super loud because everybody was playing different things, so I didn't even know what was going on. It was stereo madness. So last week, I was wearing Jordans, but they got super wet in the rain, and I was super concerned because they were like completely wet, and I didn't know what to do. So I asked my dad, and he said, "Let them dry out." So last week I was playing baseball with some of my friends, and I hit this great home run, like went all the way out of the field. So I just ran, base after base. So a couple years ago, some people at my school made this group chat, and they made it so that they could send each other images of underage girls, which is completely messed up. But for some reason, everybody in the school forgot about it the next week and just forgave them. But I didn't. I guess I just can't let go. What did all the comments say when M-Switch beat the Golden? TG. I was in Flint, Michigan, and that's not the joke, but I was in Flint, Michigan, and I got a cup of water from Starbucks. Now when I looked at the water, it was so much lead in it that it was dark. It was like gray, and it wasn't clear. You couldn't see through it. It was that bad. So I went to the manager. I was like, what is this? Can't even see through it. It's not clear. And the manager said, "Sorry, never clear." Since I have a 504 plan, my teachers usually ask me if I need any support during class. And my usual response is, well, sometimes I get easily distracted. I might need my own thinking space. So yesterday I had a pretty rough day. A lot of assignments, 5 tests in a day. It was pretty awful. And that night I had lucid nightmares and I woke up in a cold sweat. So I was hanging out with one of my friends and we were talking about the Greek alphabet. And there was this symbol I didn't know existed, omega. It's really interesting. So what I did was, without even realizing what I was doing, I shoved it in her face, and I didn't realize I was doing that. And she backed up, and I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And I I realized I had been shoving Omega Interface. So I was at this club, and it was crazy loud, you know? But the music was really shit, so nobody was like screaming or like yelling anything, so everybody was really quiet. But then the speakers stopped working. It was a silent club. What do you call someone's last heartbeat? A plasma pulse finale. So about a year ago, I was in a really dark place. Everything was super shitty. You know, I had it was quarantine. Everyone had that moment in quarantine where like it was super awful. You know what I'm talking about. But I was in the park and I was looking at the trees, and I closed my eyes and it was quiet. It felt like an eternal moment. So my thoughts are really wild, like especially when in my dreams, they're crazy. And whenever I lucid dream, it's like chaos. Lucid chaos. When you think about it, Freedom 08 would be a great slogan for Obama's campaign. So someone I know is unvaccinated. I know, crazy, still people like that. If you're watching this and you aren't vaccinated, please go get vaccinated. Anyway, so there's this whole Delta variant thing, you know? And this guy just doesn't wear his mask. He goes around and he spreads Delta variant in people's faces. And he got COVID. So one of my friends was talking to him and he wasn't wearing a mask. So he was spreading Delta interface. So quantum computers don't really know how it works, but apparently like instead of like having either 0 or 1 in terms of like binary or whatever, it has 0 and 1 at the same time. I don't really know how it works, but quantum computers, that's basically like the difference. I don't know. But apparently they would process like video games a lot slower, so they'd be a lot slower in that field, you know? And it's crazy, man. Quantum processing. So one of my friends has this really weird door lock. It's really weird. It's like a little bell where you stick the key in. It's super weird. It's a bell lock. So my class was doing a test, and my teacher told me to run downstairs since she ran out of tests, you know, to give out. So I went downstairs, but it turned out that the printer was out of paper. So I went back up to the teacher and she asked me, what happened? Where are all the copies of the test? And I said, I don't know, man. I've got 0 copies. So one of my friends plays electric bass, and he has this little like man cave thing. It's awesome, you know? But he has a lot of basses in there. So I guess it's more of a bass cave. So both my parents are doctors, and they wanted me to become one too, you know? It was my destiny, you know? But instead I became a musician. I guess that was a betrayal of destiny. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to be in like a submarine in the Mariana Trench. Mariana's Trench. And what if it were to like, you know, like implode, you know? Like I wonder what it would be like. That'd be scary. That'd be a low death. I'm sorry if you sat through all of that. Bye.